This is Down to the Wire 513.
Everybody else can shut up. It is time.
Ooh, Fly Man Ran.
Back in the building, man.
Yo, we in the building, we back.
Make sure y'all follow us on everything Down to the Wire 513. Yo, what's going on, y'all? It's your boy, Fly Man Ran, 1/3 of Down to the Wire 513. We back in the building for Sports and Spirits Friday, y'all. You see I'm rocking Dolo today. T is off in Houston, taking care of some business. And shout out to my brother Doc. He's out there, as we always say on Fridays, already having himself probably a beverage right now, or 2 or 3, who knows, man. Probably out there getting lit. But what's going on, y'all? It's Friday, Sports and Spirits Friday. You see the name of the show. We're going to get right into it here. But first off, how y'all feeling today? Make sure you're sipping up, drinking some water. I'm drinking some wine over here, so I ain't drinking nothing too heavy. But it's Friday, man. How y'all feeling out there? It's Sports and Spirits Friday, y'all. So we in the building, man. You see what the title of the show is? NFL trade rumors. So we're going to do it a little bit different today. You see I'm rocking Dolo. We're just going to go off an article and kind of see what they're talking about and see who are the biggest trade names to look out for. Trade deadline is this coming Tuesday in NFL. The trade deadline NFL has been hot for the last couple of weeks. For the last couple of years, excuse me. It's been pretty hot for the NFL trade deadlines. Historically, it's not been too many moves going on in NFL. But like I said, the last couple of years, especially, it's been some pretty big moves going there at the trade deadline. So let's take a look at some of these names to look out for NFL trade deadline this Tuesday. One of the biggest names to look out for, Derrick Henry. The Titans are reportedly they were shopping him. Latest I heard just before I hopped on here was that the Titans are kind of holding off on that now. They're taking calls on him still, but they're not really shopping him anymore. So we'll see how that goes. Let me know in the comments who you think is the best team, the best landing spot for Derrick Henry. He's probably still the best running back overall, probably still in the league. It's not. He's probably still top 3 in the league right now. He gets hurt. He got hurt a little bit last year. Last couple of years, he getting hurt, but he's still one of the best running backs in the league. So be on the lookout for Derrick Henry. If a team offers a good enough package for him, I'm sure the Titans will be willing to give him up. As right now they're kind of in a murky situation. They don't really know how their future's looking right now. They have Will Levis. They still have Malik Willis back there too at quarterback. Ryan Tannehill is definitely done. This is definitely going to be his last year in Tennessee. So we're going to see how they look and see what they decide to do. If they decide to do anything by the trade deadline this Tuesday for Derrick Henry. Like I said, tap in the comments. Let me know where you think the best landing spot for Derrick Henry is. I didn't think about this before I came on, so I don't really know landing spots for Derrick Henry, man. Gotta be somewhere that's kind of ready to win. I would assume for him to be interested in wanting to go there. I don't know, man. What y'all think? Somewhere in Florida, maybe Miami. Miami already has a good running back in Mostert. Shout out Mostert. He's in my fantasy squad. We're gonna get into fantasy picks a little bit later. But what y'all think, man? Maybe Jacksonville. Maybe Buffalo. Buffalo would be nice. I don't know. So let me know in the comments what y'all think. Where y'all think the best landing spot for Derrick Henry would be. Another guy that I was talking to about off air with T for all season now, I feel like Kirk Cousins, the team of his quarterback, or the quarterback of his team, the Minnesota Vikings. Kirk Cousins is a big name out here to look for as well. Coming off back-to-back wins. Is it going to happen though? Are they going to be good enough to where they're still like, we still have hope to hold on to? We're not going to get rid of Kirk. Or are they going to look to possibly move into a team that's in need of a quarterback, like a New York Jets, possibly with a Super Bowl caliber defense? All they need is a quarterback. So interested to look out to see where Kirk Cousins goes. If I had to pick, I would say he's not moving though. The NFC North is not really strong. And I think with Jay Jettis coming back soon, I think they'll be okay, good enough to still compete for a playoff spot and possibly even win a playoff game possibly too. So you never know what happens in the NFC. I can still see them, competing, at least being competitive. Other names to look out for, Dalvin Cook. I'm hearing that's probably definitely going to go down before Tuesday, before Tuesday's trade deadline. I didn't. Well, I guess I'm gonna say I didn't know why he picked the New York Jets. I knew why he picked the New York Jets. They had a great chance to win before the season. You look at their roster. Aaron Rodgers coming there. Defense is very strong. So you see why he, you can definitely see why he chose to go there. But after, after Aaron Rodgers got hurt, they're leaning on Zach Wilson. He's not looking too bad. He's definitely showing that he definitely matured more since last season. So, better for them, but there's really no room for him to be there. Breece Hall is definitely better than him right now, I think, for that offense, if you ask me. So I don't think there's a better spot for him elsewhere. Not sure what they're looking for him, for Dalvin Cook. I'm not sure what they're looking for, a fourth or fifth round pick. I'm not sure what the value is for him right now, but if I'm him, like I said, in the summertime, I would have went down to Jacksonville or Miami. If I was Dalvin Cook, I think he's from Miami. He's from Florida, somewhere down there. So if I'm him, I would have went to Jacksonville probably. Jacksonville was, I thought, the best landing spot for him to go. Chose to go to New York. Didn't turn out too good for him, unfortunately. Hope he lands on his feet here soon. I think, like I said, I'm hearing he's definitely going to get moved before the Tuesday's trade deadline. So, be on the lookout for Dalvin Cook. Another name that I'm hearing probably won't move, but is, possibly could move. One of the best receivers in the game today, Davante Adams. He's not happy with his targets out there in Las Vegas. I don't think he's really been happy there since he got there, if you ask me. So, if you ask me, I think it's best for him to try to move on right now. If I'm him, I'm looking to get traded. They're not going anywhere this year. I don't think they have a clear direction of where they're going for the future either. And I think he went there to play with Derek Carr. Once Derek Carr left, it was really nothing for him to be there for. So it's really no room for him to be there. If I'm him, I'm hoping I get traded to a contender. Another question for y'all, type in the comments. Let me know where y'all think the best landing spot for Davante Adams is. Probably won't get moved, but if I'm him, I'm fingers crossed. I'm hoping I get moved out of there before Tuesday. Another name, Chase Young. Just come back from injury this year, having a solid season. I think he has like a 20-something% win rate on his pass rushes. So he's doing a solid job this year coming off that injury. But the Commanders just are not a very competitive football team, which I feel bad for Eric Bieniemy. He's probably going to end up going back to Kansas City, like T was saying last week. So we'll see what happens with them. But they're looking to trade possibly Chase. And I saw another young guy too. Who was it? Montez Sweat also is possibly could be on a move for the Commanders as well. So tap in the comments. Let me know where you think Chase Young could land. Do you think he still has a chance to be, what he was pegged to be coming out of college, or you think his career is kind of plateauing out? He kind of is what he's going to be at this point in his career. Let me know what y'all think about that in the comments. Let me see if I see any other names on here that may get moved. DeAndre Hopkins is one they brought up as well. The Titans maybe have a fire sale coming up here, so be on the lookout. Maybe Tannehill too, to be on the move for a team that possibly needs a upgraded quarterback, or a team that has a quarterback that got injured is looking to get a quarterback in there real quick, a more talented quarterback. Tannehill is not the best, but he's definitely not super trash. So definitely upgrade from some of these backup quarterbacks you have out there that could be playing if your starter gets hurt. So could be a fire sale for the Titans. Like I said earlier, Derrick Henry could possibly be on the move. Also, they're mentioning DeAndre Hopkins, and I'm hearing as well Ryan Tannehill. So be on the lookout for some sparks there in Tennessee. The name on this list that kind of shocked me is Saquon Barkley. The Giants are 2-5. Tyrod Taylor is out there starting right now, and I think Tyrod Taylor does a good job, a better job, I should say, of using his primary superstar targets on offense that Dan Jones did. I mentioned this on the show on Wednesday. Daniel Jones don't really, target Waller or Saquon that much. I mean, he used Saquon as much as he could because he's a running back, so he uses him more. But, he had Darren Waller out there. He wasn't even using him that much. It's one thing you see with Tyrod Taylor. You see him using these guys more and giving them opportunities more than Daniel Jones did. So this kind of shocked me to see Saquon's name on here. Not sure if he's going to actually get moved, but it could be some calls getting made in because, the Giants don't want to pay him. And then, when they want to pay you, they definitely will look to trade you. So be on the lookout there for Saquon Barkley as well. So that kind of wraps up everything that I saw on this list that interested me, at least, for the trade deadline in NFL. Probably will definitely touch this on Wednesday's episode. I believe it will be episode 304. of Down to the Wire 513. So make sure y'all check that out. But now we're going to hop into my fantasy picks for week 8. The season's flying by. Like I said last week, it's just going so fast. I'm going to get right into it. So for the sits, I'm going to start with quarterbacks, man. I'm going to say sit Joe Burrow. Coming off a bye week, playing San Francisco, coming off 2 losses. I think that defense is going to be revved up. They're going to be at home. I was just staying clear of Joe Burrow. He hasn't had a great fantasy season so far this season. I would sit Joe Burrow this Sunday if you ask me. On the star staff for quarterbacks, I would start CJ Stroud. Having a good season so far. I think he's one of the quarterbacks has one of the least interceptions so far, number of picks thrown so far in NFL. So shout out to CJ Stroud. They're going against the Carolina Panthers and Bryce Young. So it's kind of a rivalry game if you ask me. 1 and 2 pick in the same draft. They're going to always put you guys up against each other as far as stats go, as far as history goes. So he should be, amped up to play this game. I believe the Panthers are favored in this game as well. But if you ask me, I think the Texans are going to win this game. But, I would start CJ Stroud this week if you are in need of a start for quarterback. Let's go back to the sit side. I want to sit Josh Jacobs. We talked about the Raiders a little bit earlier. He possibly may be traded as well. I saw his name on the list. He's really interested. I don't think he's going to get moved, but I would definitely sit him. Their offense is not doing good at all. I don't think he's going to produce at all. Stay on the sit side. Finish up my sits here. I will sit Jerry Jeudy as well. Just not a huge fan of him. That Broncos offense is not looking too good. I would just steer clear of him this week as well. Finished up my starts for running backs. I would start Jahmyr Gibbs. He's on my team, on my fantasy team for Down to the Wire 513 Fantasy League. I did not start him, unfortunately, last week, and he killed it. So I'm going to start him for sure this week. So that's why I'm telling y'all to start him this week. I believe Montgomery is out, I believe. Or maybe hurt, questionable, I think. So definitely start Jahmyr Gibbs. Also, Kendrick Bourne out of New England. I would start him as well. The offense is not too good with Mac Jones, but they lean to the running back a lot, so I think he's going to get a lot of carries. Wide receiver, I would start Tank Dell. Teaming up with CJ Stroud. I think they're going to have a good game this week against the Panthers, so I would start him as well. And tight ends, I told y'all about this earlier. Tyrod Taylor uses his tight ends great. I would start Darren Waller as well. He's going to get a lot of targets, probably get a couple touchdowns if the Giants get in the end zone. So wraps up my picks for the fantasy picks for week 8 Down to the Wire. Maybe the guys will tweet theirs, post theirs somewhere for their sits and starts for this week as well. But that's my picks. Keep it rolling right into the Down to the Wire 513 parlay. We've been having a rough go, guys. We missed last week. I think one game. I have it in this booklet. I got it in this booklet. We missed last week by like one game. This week I'm gonna play conservative. I say that, but I got a 4-leg parlay. I'm gonna go Saints money line, Lions points, 7.5 right now on FanDuel for the Lions points. Rams Cowboys game going over 45.5 points, and then Dolphins money line. I'm staying away from the college football. That's where we usually get messed up at. Staying away from college football. All NFL picks for the parlay this week. Saints money line. Lions cover 7.5 points. Over for the Rams Cowboys game, 45.5 points. And the Dolphins money line as well. So that's Down to the Wire 513 parlay picks. Hopefully we get some money for y'all this week. If you put $10 on that right now, I believe it's like a $72 payout. So I think it's pretty good money. Pretty safe bets as well. I did go a little risky on the over and on the Lions covering that 7.5, 8-point spread, depending on where you're betting at. But I think they should be pretty pissed off coming off that terrible loss last week, putting up 6 points. They should come out and win by at least 10 points. At least 10 points, if you ask me. So I know it's a pretty quick stream this week. I'm rolling dolo, so just wanted to hop on here and at least keep our fantasy picks and parlay picks streaked up, and dibble and dabble into the NFL NFL trade deadline coming up here this Tuesday. But it wraps up the Sports and Spirits Friday, guys. For my brothers T Bland, for my brother Doc Evans. I ain't put the banners up, man. I'm tripping. You see it scrolling at the bottom of the screen. Make sure you follow us everywhere. Down to the Wire 513. Make sure you get your merch. Dang, I should have put the hoodie on. I did get a hoodie in today. I should have put the hoodie on so I can show you the hoodie. Make sure you get your merch. You see it scrolling there at downtothewire513.company.site. And also, late, but I'm mentioning this episode is brought to you by the good people over at Equic, man. Make sure if you have a company, if you anything you do, man, if you have a logo, put your logo on some shirts, man, and at least wear it yourself or sell it. To do that, you can set up your own online store at equic.com. You got a link in the description below. Help your boys out. Set you up a free store. It's free. Do have paid tiers, but it's free. You can sell up to 5 items for free. Go in there, set you up a free store, sell some merchandise to yourself or sell your merchandise to your customers, man, to your fan base. Make sure if you do that, use the code DTTW513 to show your boys some love. You see it scrolling there at the bottom of the screen. Shout out to Equic for sponsoring this stream. And shout out to y'all for rocking with me, man. I know it was a rough stream by myself, but hey, thank y'all for rocking with me. You see it scrolling there. Make sure you follow us everywhere down to the wire 513. Till next time, man. Peace.